So this demo covers in planning models how to define valid combination of dimension members that control data entry and derivation. So this is applicable for SAP Analytics Cloud for Planning. So what does it mean, derivation and control data? Most of the projects, planning projects, what happens? We need to display the valid combinations in the input template. For example, when the customer selects company code, system should display only relevant cost centers in the input template. Or the customer don't want to select any company code or any profit center or business area. He plans against the cost center. However, system should derive profit center and company code relevant to that cost center automatically. That's called derivation. So validation basically finds the the valid combinations. Derivation basically based on the cost center, it will derive company code or profit center. This is the functionality how you can execute in SAC we are going to discuss. So to understand this functionality, right, if you have a good understanding of business planning and if you have some experience in planning implementation, BPC or PPC embedded, BPC optimized, that helps. Target audience, this functionality can be solution architects, analytics consultants, embedded planning, BPC standard planning consultants, SAC consultants can understand. Right. So what is data validation rules in SAC planning? Validation rules define allowed member combinations to prevent improper data entry. Right. So if you are not restricting, the user will plan. So in America's cost center, they can plan India expenses if you are not properly restricting the validations. So valid combination should be displayed. For the dimensions, we define in validation rule only the member combinations that we specify as allowed combinations. See, as allowed combination can pass validation. For the dimensions, we define in the validation rule. So we are going to define a validation rule in SAC. In the validation rule, we are going to create a table kind of stuff. For this cost center, this is the company code, this is the profit center. So when you are publishing the data, when you are saving the data, system will check this validation rule. If the validation passes, that rule passes, then only it will publish the data. Invalid combinations, system will not publish the data. So let's see how we can create this particular validation rule. You need to create a model. So I created a model U01M_exp. So this model is having cost center, profit center and entity dimensions. So my base is cost center. So based on the cost center selection, system will derive profit center and entity. So if you go to cost center dimension, if I click on cost center dimension, I have two properties in the cost center dimension. One is company code, another one is profit center. For example, this is CC100_1000, which belongs to 1000 company code, and PC100 profit center. So the naming convention for our understanding, I have created like this. CC100_1000, which is a cost center, which belongs to 1000 company code, and PC100 profit center. So once you create this particular model, so all the dimensions, and also I have whatever company codes. So for example, in the cost centers, I maintained company codes 1000s, 2000, 3000. Yeah, 1000, 2000, 3000. Same entities are maintained in the entity dimension. So in the entity dimension, 1000, 2000, 3000 is there. Next, in the profit center, all the profit centers are available. See, PC100, PC101, PC102, PC103. These members are available. So the relationship between cost center, profit center and entity maintained in the cost center dimension. Now, when you are defining the validation rules for valid combinations, you have to decide one dimension as a reference dimension. Reference dimension should have profit center and entity, whatever you want to derive, those dimensions as properties. That's why in the cost center dimension, because it's my reference dimension, in this profit center and entity I have as an attribute. So profit center as an attribute, entity as an attribute available in the cost center dimension. Now, we have to activate validation rules at model level. So click here under General, Model Preferences, go to Access and Privacy. Here, activate validation rule. This one you have to activate. Okay. Once you activate this one, next to data management, you will get one button called rules. So click on these rules. Now here you can define your rules. How to define a rule? Click on create. So here you can give the name and description. So select the reference dimension. So cost center is my reference dimension. From the reference dimension, matched dimension. So reference dimension means, as I said, like in which dimension company code and profit centers are available as attributes. That becomes your reference dimension. Then here, which attribute from the cost center I want to derive company code. So this is this is my dimension name, U01D underscore cost center is my dimension name. In the cost center dimension, company code is the attribute or property that is matched to my model dimension entity. Same way, you have to give, I want to derive another matched dimension. Yeah. So here, profit center matched to, so from the cost center dimension, profit center I want to derive and match to profit center dimension. This is attribute matched to profit center dimension. Right. At one model, for one model, I can define only 3 combinations: cost center, entity, and profit center. So I don't get one more, right? When I am defining this one, only 3 dimensions, combinations I can do it. So give a name and description, it will be added. So I already created, that's why I'm not creating this one. So this is the one I created. Same combination. So here it will create a table based on our combinations. See here, CC100 underscore 1000, 1000 and PC100. It automatically creates this combination here. Then let's create a story and see how it is going to derive the data. Yeah? I already created one story. Let's open that particular story. Go to Files. Open a story U01 S underscore valid 001. I am opening this story. So I created one input template here. This is the cost center input template. This is the input template. In this I have all the cost centers. Now if I plan against a cost center, for example CC102 underscore 1000, yeah, system automatically derive in the backend, yeah, based on the validation rule, it will save the data CC102, the company code as 1000, right? Profit center as PC102, right? You might ask me, if validation rules are not activated, what happens? If validation rules are not activated, you can try. If you save CC102, you create an input template, and if you save data against CC102 underscore 1000, it will be stored to hash profit center, unassigned profit center, and unassigned company code. It will not derive the company code and profit center. You can check this one, you can test this one, right? So now you see I have a report. In the report, for profit center PC100 or PC101, January I have 5000, PC102 I don't have any amount, blank amount. Now come to cost center input. Here I am adding some amount. See CC102 1000. Here I am adding some amount. So let's say 7500 I am adding. So I'm publishing this data. CC102 1000 7500 I added. So it should derive profit center as PC102, company code as 1000. So go to more, publish data, publish all. Now go to validation report. Now you see PC102, this is my profit center, this is my entity 1000, and this is what I planned, CC102 1000. It's automatically derived 7500. So based on you plan against, your customer is going to plan against cost center, system is going to derive profit center and entity. So this functionality is equivalent to, in BPC embedded you have something called characteristic relationship. So this functionality equivalent to that characteristic relationship. In BPC standard you have when in a EPM add-in, when you are creating a report, you have dimensions based on the properties. Yeah, this functionality is equivalent to that. And one more functionality here we can observe. When you use this validation rule, okay, when you plan at company code level, it distributes to all the cost centers under this particular 1000 company code. So how so you are planning in one company code. For example, I have one more sheet, company code. When I plan against LE 2000, right, it may be January, February. So what system will do, this 2000 whatever I planned in the January, it will distribute to all the cost centers under this particular 2000 automatically. Now how it will distribute? Equally it will distribute, or based on a reference value it will distribute. So if any values already posted under those cost centers, then based on that reference value, that weight, it will distribute, else it will distribute equally to the cost centers, all the cost centers under this particular 2000 company code. So let's see. Now this is my report. In this, for 2000 relevant data is not there. Yeah, 2000 relevant data is not there. So let's come to company code here. 2000, I am adding some data in the January 2021. For 2000, I am adding something around 12,000. At company level, this is my company entity, legal entity level. Now, what system is going to do for the cost centers and profit centers? Let's see. Go to more, publish data, publish all. Now 12,000 is saved. So now go to validation report. Now you see system automatically posted to 2000 entity, whatever data is there. See this cost center, CC100 2000. For this profit center is PC100, right? So profit center can be assigned to multiple company codes. That's why PC100 belongs to 1000 and 2000, and the cost center, whatever you posted 12,000, you can see here. So this is CC100 2000 3000, CC101 2000, which is 3000, C2000, this is CC102 2000, this is 3000, CC103 underscore 2000, this is 3000. So total, if you add, it's around 12,000, right? Same way you can plan on profit centers, then system will automatically derive your entity and cost center. So the combination, the equal or weights based on the data availability. Yeah. So this is all about validation rules. Validation rules in SSE. Yeah. Thank you. Any questions? Yeah. Thank you.